84 million acres, 100 years young. America's national parks. Pristine, serene, and totally mind-blowing. From a journey to Middle Earth, to a train ride through the park.
All aboard!
And a dive off a sequoia tree.
3, 2, 1! Travel Channel presents National Parks Top 10. Rugged Retreats.
Spouting off our countdown of rugged retreats, number 10 is a masterpiece. Wyoming's Yellowstone National Park rests on an underground supervolcano with enough magma to fill the Grand Canyon 11 times over. That's how this national park fuels more hot springs and geysers than anywhere else on Earth.
It was the most amazing thing, and the fact that it went so high was fantastic.
And you can sleep just...
When the inn opened, it was advertised as the largest log cabin in the world. We are a National Historic Landmark today.
Built in the early 1900s, this rugged timber lobby is so immense, you could stack 15 Yellowstone bison inside and still not reach the 92-foot...
Taken up and up and up.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow, check out this place.
Wow.
Every inch of the 330-room lodge was built using local materials from the park.
Our fireplace was rock, produced by Yellowstone's volcano underneath us, and the wood used is lodgepole pine. About 80% of the forests in Yellowstone are this species of tree.
As soon as you walk in this place, you can tell that it looks and feels like it belongs in Yellowstone.
I think this inn is absolutely beautiful.
I think this inn is amazing. We walked in and you kind of get shocked. It's huge, and the history that's here is amazing.
But for the best view in all of Yellowstone, you'd better book your room at least a year in advance.
229 is most requested because it has a window that faces Old Faithful. So you can actually lay in bed and watch Old Faithful erupt out your front window.
So kick back, relax, and enjoy Yellowstone's water show at our number 10 Rugged Retreat. We're taking you on our number 9 Rugged Retreat to an exclusive offshore community that stands above the rest.
Look around yourself. Look at the water. Look at the skyline.
Biscayne Bay National Park is a wild preserve and abandoned aquatic neighborhood, minutes from bustling Miami. Spanning 429 square miles, the bay is 12 times as wide as the city, but averages just 10 feet deep. The shallow waters let in plenty of light, feeding acres of seagrass, a favorite meal for the park's treasured manatees. Sail a mile offshore, and you'll find number 9, a former speakeasy on the sea, known as Stiltsville. In the 1930s, Stiltsville was a group of private homes and invite-only clubs built over international waters, away from the watchful eye of Prohibition's vice squads.
Gambling, prostitution, alcoholic beverages without a license.
By the 1990s, decades of hurricane damage left only 7 structures intact. He came to Stiltsville for his bachelor party, and he fell in love.
At one point, I'm going to introduce a bill to save Stiltsville.
In 2000, Congress rescued Stiltsville by making it part of Biscayne National Park.
Basically, we've got an agreement with Biscayne National Park that we need to maintain the houses.
The Miami Springs Powerboat Club preserves the area's rich and sometimes saucy history. There is no gambling, but you can still get a drink with your pals.
The camaraderie, the club members that are currently here now that would do anything in the world for any one of us. We are a 77-member family.
And you're in Biscayne National Park. Charter a boat to Stiltsville, a one-of-a-kind rugged retreat at number 9. Things are about to get prickly at our number 8, a rugged retreat where you can dine on the desert. Saguaro National Park in Tucson, Arizona is the only place on Earth where the towering 60-foot saguaro cactus grows, able to store more than 200 gallons of water. It's perfectly adapted to the park's 105-degree temperatures. After a day in the sun, retreat to number 8 to taste a desert delicacy.
Welcome to the Charro!
Just 10 miles from the park gates, El Charro is the oldest Mexican restaurant in Arizona, serving traditional Mexican fare for more than 90 years.
So we're obsessed with Mexican food, and El Charro makes it the best.
El Charro takes advantage of the blistering desert sun to prepare its house specialty.
This is carne seca, and this is a prepared product already with the garlic and the lime juice. And it is a filet that is thinly sliced. After 8 hours, it's really good and dry.
But the star of the plate is a Mexican classic called nopales, stewed cactus pads.
This is a beautiful blue because we scrape off all the little tines, and then we slice them up kind of like green beans, then blanch them in boiling water.
It's yummy goodness.
Hit Saguaro National Park to see the biggest cacti under the sun. Then dig in at number 8 for a truly succulent meal.
It's perfect. I can't explain it any other way.
Number 7 on the countdown is a rugged beach retreat for adventure buffs.
You're good to go. Have fun.
2 hours from the Canadian border, on the edge of Maine, lies Acadia National Park, 47,000 acres of spruce mountains. But the most popular destination in this coastal preserve is the beach.
Not many national parks you see have beaches in them, so it's great.
And the most famous is Sand Beach, nestled between protruding bluffs and rocky shores.
I just like that it's like a cove, so you're surrounded by the rocks.
Ocean temperatures here average a chilly 50 degrees, even in the summer. The ocean isn't the only thing that is stone cold. Head to our number 7, rock climbing at Otter Cliff.
Breathtaking. If you were to climb anywhere, who wouldn't want this for a backdrop? It's just beautiful.
Go for it.
I guess I'm going over a cliff. Can't actually see the bottom right now. Hoping I'm getting down to the shore.
If you fall, it's still going to be okay.
Right, you don't have far to fall.
Head to Acadia National Park for Maine's finest surf and turf with our number 7 rugged retreat.
Got some great memories. This was a great experience.
Jump for joy at number 6. Climbing to number 6, a rugged from the trees.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sequoia National Park in Northern California is home to 5 of the 10 largest trees in the world. And the granddaddy of them all is the mightiest living thing on Earth, weighing in at an estimated 2,472,000 pounds.
Taking in the absolute tallness of the sequoias, where you can't even dream to imagine what the top of that tree looks like. That's what it's all about.
But you won't have to dream with number 6 on our countdown. Fearless climbers to a secret retreat just outside the park for a death-defying 12-story leap.
Oh, that's insane. I'm about to jump 120 feet high. Dude, I'm nervous. What am I doing?
3, 2, 1.
Ali, oxide free. Oh, Holy, this is amazing.
Oh my God.
Here she goes, ready for the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Don't grab it, don't grab it. Was that awesome?
So bounce on over to number 6 to take in Sequoia National Park from top to bottom.
You did it!
That was insane.
We're going downriver where few have traveled to reach our next rugged retreat at number 5.
Oh, they got me gonna do a dance. That's how we serve it out.
South Carolina's Congaree National Park is known as the Redwoods of the East. The best way to navigate its 22,000 acres of dense forest is to boat along Cedar Creek Trail, a waterway that cuts directly through the pines. About 10 times a year, rain causes waters from the Congaree River to sweep through this floodplain, carrying nutrients to the largest loblolly pine in the United States, as tall as a 16-story building. In a park like this, fancy white tablecloths just won't cut it. Good terrain, you gotta get down to earth at our number 5. At this cozy shack, Martha Lou and her daughter Deborah have been feeding hungry park-goers for 30 years.
There are very few meals that make me this happy, like deep down inside happy.
Yeah. Martha Lou's specializes in South Carolina favorites like pork chops, red rice, cabbage, and mac and cheese.
We serve it all for the hot desire. Hey!
And Congaree National Park has over 200 species of birds, but not one chicken. That's because they're all at Martha Lou's.
I love this fried chicken here.
It's the best chicken in town. Ain't ordered chicken like it.
The secret to Martha Lou's flavor? Southern fried simplicity.
I don't do any measuring. I pull.
Just falling apart, super crispy skin. You just snap it. That's perfect.
So canoe the wilds of Congaree National Park and retreat yourself to some crazy good country cuisine at our number 5 spot. Leave your sleeping bag at home and bunk down in this classic piece of Americana at number 4. 100,000 acres of desert wilderness with a refreshing touch of green and sometimes red.
It's one of the greatest parks I've ever been to because it's so different with all the natural vegetation there and the unique flora and fauna. Of course, the Joshua trees.
Found only in the Mojave Desert, Joshua trees were used by Native Americans for clothing and food. Their leaves were woven into cords and baskets, and the sweet flowers roasted and eaten. And our number 4 is a real desert rose.
Kate's Lazy Desert is an Airstream retreat located near Joshua Tree.
Opened in 2011 by a member of the 4-time platinum Grammy-nominated group, the B-52s. Best known for their hits Love Shack, Rock Lobster, and Rome. This desert motel features 6 antique Airstream trailers.
Each Airstream is themed. We have lava and Tinkerbell, and there's a tiki one. We also have Planet Air, which is a riff on the B-52 song Planet Claire.
These sleek silver bullets are designed for looks and comfort with a kitchen, AC, and heat. Essentials in Joshua Tree, where the temperature can swing from a searing 100 degrees during the day to a chilly 50 at night.
In the high desert, it's cold at night, so you can bundle up in the Airstream. It's very romantic.
But the best part of this little old place is the awe-inspiring landscape.
Joshua Tree has a great lure for artists and musicians because of its sense of solitude and peace. It's very magical there.
So make our number 4 rugged retreat your very own Love Shack while you rock and roam around Joshua Tree National Park. Let off some steam at our number 3. All aboard! All aboard! We're riding the rails for our number 3 rugged retreat. Every year, millions of families load up the car and drive to see the only natural wonder of the world located in the United States, the Grand Canyon. But the ultimate way to arrive at the canyon's south rim is to do it the old-fashioned way. Locomotive.
To be able to experience it on a private train car, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Chugging 64 miles from Williams Junction, Arizona to the canyon rim, this is the way the Old West was meant to be seen.
Riding on that train really sort of set you back to how people originally came here to the Grand Canyon.
Back in the 1800s, the first railroads carried miners, mining supplies, and copper ore. The Grand Canyon was declared a national park in 1919, but the train had already left the station and had been taking tourists there since 1901. All aboard! Number 3 literally rolls out the red carpet, pampering riders with leather lounges and 5-star dining.
A lot of people don't understand just how elegant these train cars can be.
Dinner is now being served.
They're thinking you're going to get a little box lunch of a turkey sandwich, and next thing they know, they're getting shrimp wraps or lobster tail.
Enjoy your dinner.
But this ride is more about the view than the food, because every mile of the park can be seen from the 180-degree skylight that was inspired by the windows of World War II bombers.
The Vista Dome was actually invented in the canyon. The locomotive engineer was enjoying this magnificent view and thought there ought to be a way for passengers to enjoy this too.
More than 100,000 visitors ride the Grand Canyon Railroad every year, reducing park traffic by 50,000 cars, which helps to protect its stunning vistas.
It's so relaxing. You enjoy every minute of being on the rails, looking out the window.
Swap the canteen for a Kyle on our number 3, the Grand Canyon Express. Coming in hot, number 2 is a delicious retreat for your taste buds. After a long day of skiing the slopes, the Snake River Grill, just outside Grand Teton Park, answers the question, where's the beef?
We love big cuts of meat or big chops out here because after a big day of skiing, you're famished, and that's exactly what you're looking for.
Grand Teton National Park is America's favorite winter ski resort. Forbes magazine called it the best backcountry skiing on Earth because over 450 inches of perfect powder snow down on them every year.
This is the best mountain to be skiing in North America.
It is a really unique place. We could go camping and snowboarding in the same day.
And ski love food at number 2.
We have our buffalo prime rib, known out here as the cowboy steak.
Even though they can tip the scales at 2,000 pounds, buffalo is leaner than beef, pork, and even chicken. So our number 3 rugged dining destination pumps up the flavor.
Really important to get a good crust on the steak. A lot of the salt's going to come off in a pan. What we call this is butter basting. We're actually taking all the good juices, the liquid that's coming off the bottom of the steak, putting it right over top. It makes it taste great.
Here we are, ladies.
Oh my gosh, look at that. It's huge.
Work up a buffalo-sized appetite on Grand Teton slopes. Then indulge in the cowboy steak, a red-blooded American meal, earning number 2 on our countdown.
Oh my gosh, it is so good.
Be the Lord of the Rings at our number 1. You don't need to go to Middle Earth to find the Shire. Journey to our number 1 rugged retreat. North Cascades National Park is home to over 230,000 acres of old-growth forest, receiving 250 inches of rain and snow per year. To stay warm and dry, campers must depend on the park's unique and diverse lodgings.
The campground is called Wesoła Polana. Wesoła Polana is the Polish terminology for beautiful meadow. There are 15 safari-style tents.
And for those who prefer something slightly sturdier to brave the up to 137-mile-per-hour winds, there is the Delta Shelter.
The Delta Shelter, one of the main features of it is that there are 4 metal panels around the house. It's a square house with metal panels on each side, and there's a giant wheel inside of the house that when you turn the wheel, it cranks those metal panels closed.
But if you're on a quest for true adventure, we recommend you skip the campgrounds and cozy up to our number 1 retreat, Fit for a Halfling.
My homes have been described as hobbit homes, as fairy tales, as gnome homes.
I love staying at Sunrise houses. Each room has its own feel, and when you're sleeping inside of these houses, they're very cozy. And as soon as you step outside, you can walk on these trails, you can find the materials that are used to build these houses.
Our number 1 refuge is a 9-acre compound of guest houses with earthen walls, wood-burning ovens, and planted roofs.
My goal here is to make houses that are integrated completely with nature. The sky house, garden house, the waterfall house, all kind of intermixed with gardens in between them.
And after a chilly hike on one of Cascades National Park's 300-plus glaciers, you can warm up in a hand-built cedar sauna.
People come here dead tired, and then when they leave with a smile on their face and a joy in their heart.
Find Fellowship, tucked away near Cascades National Park. At number 1, a rugged retreat Bilbo Baggins might or does call home.